Hi there, this is Care Bear. I was actually popping in to fill you guys in on my Psych Eval update. I had my second psychiatric evaluation. I'm checking to make sure I don't go over my 10 minutes, so I'm checking the time. So I went in today for my second week eval, and I had like a really frustrating week. I really just kind of thought a lot about my last meeting with her, and kind of got me down. Like I didn't know how I wanted to go in and deal with it this time around. I just kind of felt like she didn't so much want to help as she did want to like try and find something wrong. And maybe that's just her job. I mean, maybe that's exactly what they do. But because I didn't feel like I was going in with a problem, I was going in there because I was required to. I kind of felt like I had a different attitude about it than most people do. So last week she had asked me to try and think of, when it all changed. Like, even though I had told her that my eating hadn't changed throughout, she was like, well, I really want you to think about, from the time you were 150 pounds as a freshman in high school, and then 6 years later you were 200 pounds. That's 50 pounds. That's a big amount of weight. And I want to know what happened and what changed. Well, I don't think that 50 pounds over a 6-year period of time is that unheard of for somebody who's now out of high school. So I guess, I just kind of sat down with her and I just briefly told her, well, I met my husband and I started dating, and so I was in a really comfortable relationship where weight was not an issue, and so I was comfortable to eat whatever I wanted to, however much I wanted to, whenever I wanted to, and he was happy to, still be with me, and it wasn't a problem. I told her that, out of convenience, financially and time-wise, I chose fast food over everything, and I was really inactive. So I just kind of, which I was pretty sure I went over the first meeting with her, but just kind of brought it up today as if, this was the homework that I had done, these are the things, and she was seemed really happy to hear those things and took lots of notes and stuff. But I didn't think, I thought we were going to really, really delve deep into that since she'd given it to me for homework and we barely even, I didn't even think that she would have remembered that was what we were supposed to talk about. And I was really kind of frustrated because the last time I felt like no validation from her, because she would argue with me when I would try and share things with her, there were things that I would share with her that I thought were really significant to who I am and to why I'm in this situation. And she would say, well, let's leave that there. We're not going to talk about that right now. Let's focus on this. So I felt like, she wasn't even really trying to get to know me based on who I was. I felt like she was really trying to just get to know me based on who she wanted to find out I was, So I felt last week I left a little bit irritated. Today, I kind of, for some reason, I woke up and I thought, you know what, I need to be positive about this. I just want to go in there and I want to be open to ideas from her. Clearly something's broken in me. I'm not functioning healthy around food, and so I wanted to just kind of lay it all on the line for her and I was open to what she had to say. And we actually had a pretty good day, but it didn't start off that way. Okay, I walked into the office and sat down, and then she came out, and there was a board, a clipboard with papers and stuff that was sitting next to her door on a little shelf. And, I didn't pay it any mind because I knew I was just supposed to be there to see her. Well, she came out, and she goes, "Are you here to see me?" And I said, "Yeah." She was like, "Okay, well, you need to fill this out." And she, kind of accusatory, why aren't you doing this? You're wasting our time. So she brought it over to me, and she's like, you need to fill this out, and, I need a copy of your insurance card, and, you need to fill this out. When you're done filling this out, then, it's just a lot of information, and then we'll talk. And I looked at the information, and first of all, I thought, okay, well, you got the copy of my insurance card last time, and I filled this paperwork out the last time. So I told her, I said, well, I saw you last week, and I already filled this out. And she was like, oh, my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm seeing a new patient today, and I was expecting that was, that you were her, and I'm sorry, I didn't even realize that. It's just been a really, really hard week, a really busy week for me, or, weekend or whatever. It's Monday, so whatever that means, a busy week. So anyway, she goes back in her office, and, she's like, okay, well, let me go ahead and get your chart. I'll call you back out in a second. So then she, comes in to get me, and then we go in there. She's like, I'm really sorry. I just didn't even look at you, and I just assumed that you were my new patient. And I really took offense to that because I thought, okay, well, first of all, we sat for an hour together last week, and I shared, all about me that we had time to share, and how can I really trust that any of what I'm going to share today matters to you at all? Like, why am I here? And when she said, I'm sorry, I didn't even look at your face. I didn't even realize that that's who you were. I didn't even see your face. It's like, why aren't you looking at my face? Why when you're dealing with people, and their psychological state, would you be so blatantly flippant as to say, I didn't even look at your face? Like, to me, that was just like, why? Why are you not looking at my face? I didn't understand that. That made no sense to me. And it kind of, for a short period of time, really, I lost a little bit of confidence in her and why I was there, and, to her, like, why was I there, in her eyes, if I wasn't important enough to remember from week to week. I mean, I'm sure she sees a lot of people, but, if you're thinking that you have people coming back and are reoccurring patients, I'm sure I'm not the first patient she's ever seen, so why was it so difficult for her to, remember me from one week to the next? I don't know. So anyway, overall, I had actually a really good session with her, and there was a lot that I learned this week about myself, and so I'm actually going to stop because I don't want to go over my time because I still have kind of a lot that I wanted to share. So I'm actually going to stop it now, and then I'm just going to continue it in just a second. So check back on my next video to kind of learn how the evaluation itself went, specifically things that I learned and things that I think you might find interesting.